Hey you guys, I'm back with another tweet video. This is the drama that Amberlynn caused today for June 5th. I swear she only does this so she can block people. Alrighty, let's go. Okay, so you might notice a bigger screen because I filmed it with my iPad. Question, Samantha Jo says, "Are you posting a video today?" Amberlynn says, "It will be up in 10 minutes. Lauren freaks out and says, "Yes, oh my god." Sailor Moon asks, "Why don't you give us a current weigh-in?" Amberlynn says, "It's exhausting trying to explain why I am pre-filming videos, so I would rather just not talk about it today." Brooke Danger asks, "What's one thing you are afraid to do that you want to accomplish this year?" Amberlynn says, "Probably lose a large chunk of weight." C replies, "Why are you afraid of losing a large chunk of weight?" Soy Gone of says, "Have some self-awareness for the love of God. You have a BMI of 99 plus and you're not even 30. You're at death's fucking doorstep, woman. The only thing you should fear is staying the same." Amberlynn is replying to C, "I have gallstones, so it'll irritate that. I also know that losing weight, I will change. I'm afraid of change, but it's something I need to embrace." Roxy Rose replies, "Why don't you have your gallbladder removed? I did it when I had gallstones." Girl, I highly doubt that if you lose weight that it's going to irritate your gallstones. Ridiculous. Kale replies, "She cannot currently go into surgery. She's too big. Any organ surgeries would have to be performed by someone who specializes in weight loss surgery because it's impossible to operate on someone her size. It's also dangerous for extremely overweight people to be on anesthesia." Amberlynn is replying to Roxy Rose. She says, "When I was first diagnosed with gallstones, I saw a surgeon. He told me he couldn't do surgery on me because of my weight. I weighed 365 pounds then. That's why." Girl, I doubt you went to see a doctor. You never do, a liar. Vicious Circle asks, "How is Becky doing lately?" Amberlynn says, "She's doing really good. Thanks for asking." Forgive Me asks, "Do your legs hurt?" Amberlynn says, "From swelling, yeah, but that's it." Forgive Me asks, "Are you going to get that checked out by a doctor? The swelling could become fatal." Amberlynn says, "I have lymphedema. I only swell when I sit in chairs or stand for too long. I have already seen a doctor for that months ago." Sure, girl. Liar. Clady says, "I thought the doctor months ago said you had a pulled muscle. I thought you said that in a You Now Live." Well, I think you actually could be right. I think she said it also in a couple of vlogs. Amberlynn, stop lying. You cannot keep up with your damn lies. Liar, liar. Forgive Me replies once again, um, "I don't know how much about lymphedema, but wouldn't the swelling reduce if you are doing your daily exercises?" I think our girl has actually given up on her exercises. She can barely walk 3 minutes. Kale says, "Yes, and you were supposed to wear compression garments, see a physical therapist, diet and do CDT. If you don't, your skin can rip apart and break the liquid that your body is retaining, which leads to infection and loss of a limb." That's gross. Gross, 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 gross. Forgive Me says, "That's disgusting." That sounds disgusting. When is she gonna realize that this shit isn't a joke and that she needs to take care of herself? Well, our girl obviously does not learn because look how big she is. Our girl replies and says, "It depends on what exercise I'm doing, but no. If my legs are not elevated, they swell. But depending on how swollen I am, sometimes it's hard to walk. I walk so much better when I'm not as swollen. I love the difference." Forgive Me says, "When you're not swollen, can you get a Walmart video. I miss those.
Bitchy Lynn says, I still do things when I'm swollen now. I am not going to let it stop me from living my life. Yeah. I need time to rest because, hi, doctor's orders, but fuck that. I am no longer stopping myself from living my life. Forgive Me says, I hope you're telling the truth because all I see in your videos is you sitting down in a car, sitting while cleaning or cooking. I rarely see you walk. You are 100% correct, Forgive Me. She doesn't like to walk because she's lazy. Berlin replies to Forgive Me, because I don't feel comfortable filming myself every single time I walk. You should. Forgive Me says, you can just edit out your heavy breathing if that's what makes you feel uncomfortable.
Miriam says, have you ever had a doctor specifically say recently that you were swollen and it doesn't pertain to your weight gain from binging? I'm only asking because it could be fat gain, not swollen gains, as you've admitted to. Yeah, Amber replies to the pink lady, that was a completely different doctor's visit, duh. Louise asks, has Becky ever say you down and had a serious conversation with you about your weight and eating habits? If yes, how did it go? Angelique, true love right there. Watching your loved one eat themselves to death and not say a single word. Valentine, girl, these comebacks are killing me. Laugh, cry. Louise, doesn't it concern you that she hasn't? Amberlynn replies to Louise, no, because I know she would if I didn't. I do it all the time, so when does she have time to do it? Laugh my ass off.
Amberlynn snaps back again and says, no, she has not. I sat her down and talked to her about my weight. Seriously, though. But Lynn says, you are literally twisting my words. We both are constantly talking about it. I bring it up non-stop. Noob Master says, I certainly don't want to see you die so young. Your haters are showing you more compassion than your own friends. Ain't that the truth? You just choose not to care. Please care for your future. Also, don't block me because it's my birthday, and that would be bullying. Noob Master says, it's just you're kinda in dire straits right now, and there doesn't seem to be any sense of urgency in anyone in that house. Truth. If these people cared about you, they would have slapped some sense into you long ago. You can't live your life surrounded by yes men. Miriam says, I totally agree. Berlin replies to Noob, I highly disagree with this. Noob Master says, I mean, there are ones that certainly are cruel and make comments that are unnecessary, but if those people aren't like me, then it comes from a place of genuine concern and worry. But it feels like you hear what you want to hear and nothing else.
Angelique is replying to Amberlynn. Has she ever sat you down and told you that she doesn't want you to die early? Maybe you or her want kids because of your weight, and the binge monster, you'll never be able to have that. It's honestly horrible to see. We are watching you kill yourself slowly day by day. I agree, Angelique. You guys sound off in the comments below. What else do you guys think about that? We already know. Amberlynn replies, they aren't yes men. Some people just don't understand obesity, and that's okay. It doesn't mean people need to judge them about it. I understand obesity, so that's why I'm getting help. Amberlynn replies to Angelique, yes, she has cried about it before. Angelique replies, and yet you still aren't seeing a therapist, going to a doctor, and taking your weight seriously. Becky opened up to you about how she felt, and you are still gaining weight and ignoring each sign that you need to take serious actions if you want to live. Okay, you can tell her attitude is shitty. She says, I'm doing all the above. Angelique says, a BetterHelp therapist doesn't count, Amberlynn. Boo Boo says, Amber, how would we know what you are currently doing? Your videos are so behind. Yeah, like 3 weeks. And the one you just uploaded is of you eating junk food. Frown face. This is why people are so frustrated. Cunty Lynn says, I canceled my BetterHelp bullshit more than 8 months ago. Move the fuck on. LMAO.
Roxy Rose, someone made a comment that if you were at a real job, you would be fired if you were 3 weeks behind in your work. How would you feel about that? Bitchelin Reed snaps back, it depends on the job, lol. Some jobs have a queue where their work is presented weeks/months later than they created it. There is absolutely no point in comparing jobs/careers when every single one is absolutely different. If that ain't bullshit, then I don't know what it is. Amberlyn, you do not know what it feels like to actually have a job. You are fucking stupid. Period. I just want chips, please. So it's fine for us to compare your content/editing/quality with other YouTubers, right? It's the same job. Victim Lynn says, how come every time I compare myself with other YouTubers, people freak the hell out? When other people compare me to other YouTubers to paint me in a bad light, it's totally okay. I just want Chip says, it was just a yes or no question. I don't know who's freaking out here. Defensive Lynn says, some yes or no questions need a longer explanation. Roxy Rose says, okay, don't get mad at me for saying this, but why is your job so hard like you keep saying? You sit in front of a camera, push record, then do what you're going to do, push stop, and edit and post. Sounds like a very easy job to me. Dumbass Lynn says, you should do more research on why social media can be absolutely mentally draining and exhausting. Now try adding that as a job so it becomes an obligation. Even the happiest of YouTubers have admitted to how hard it can be physically. It's easy, mentally, not so much. I don't agree with delusional Lynn because I have a full-time job and I'm a mother, and wow, I seem to put up videos and edit them and make thumbnails and do all this stuff. Amberlyn, give up, girl. Roxy Rose says, I post a lot myself, so I know what is involved in making videos, editing them, posting them. Easiest hobby I have ever had. If I was to call it a job, then for sure the easiest job I've ever had. But like you say, each to their own. Crybaby Lynn says, do you have thousands and thousands of people messaging you, creating rumors, contacting people in your life, harassing you, loving you, pressuring you, etc. every hour of the day? Hey, I love being a YouTuber, don't get me wrong, but it gets hard sometimes. Laura Faye says, no, I have thousands and thousands ignoring me. Not sure. Which is worse, waiting for something or hating it once it happens? Miriam says, I'm sure the pay rate makes up for it. Roxy Rose, but we all deal with it on a daily basis, no matter what a person's job is. It is hard for a lot of people to understand why YouTubers get so defensive and mad at comments or questions when we are all very well aware it would happen when you started your YouTube channels. Steffer says, I've had a job where I've answered hundreds of calls a day and got cursed out at. Almost all of them 9 hours a day, sometimes or more. 6 days a week, but when I started that job, I knew it was going to come with the territory, so I didn't bitch about it. Needs a Lifeline says, been there, done that. Trust me, when I was a PCA worker, I was hit, cursed at, screamed at, had pee thrown on me, diapers thrown at me, vomited on, etc. I knew what I was getting into and I loved my job, but I had the right to feel overwhelmed at times just like anyone else. Roxy Rose says, depending on the job, sure, they do. Butthurt Lynn says, you are literally not understanding where I'm coming from, so it's pointless to continue this conversation because we are going around in a never-ending circle. Roxy Rose replies, yes, you are right. It's my fault for thinking when you and other YouTubers like Chantal thought that when you started your channels that you thought all you would get were going to be nice and wonderful messages all the time with no haters. My mistake. Sorry. Melissa asks, did you send Becky into the dollar store alone to buy those things for your haul? Amberlyn says, no. Louise asks, how did the appointment with the psychiatrist go? Did they put you on meds, planning to see them again? Amberlyn says, it was hard, yes. I doubt that. Louise says, that's great progress. I'm happy for you. Ven asks, what's scary about losing weight? Wouldn't that be so good for you as you'd be more mobile and healthier, both mentally and physically? Amberlyn says, it's not the actual losing weight part, it's the change. This is who I have been my whole life. Some people fear change, and this isn't a debate. Ven says, I didn't say it was a debate. I was genuinely asking you a question like you said we can do. I was actually rooting for you on this. You were supposed to say rooting. Anyways, and I don't like the hate you get, so don't be rude to me. Amberlynn replies to Ven, I appreciate that, but I just hate it when I answer a question and then someone replies with the opposite of what I said. This happens a lot when I do these Twitter Q&As. Ven replies, wait, what did I say? Which was opposite? Planto says, so are we slowly moving into phase 3 of your cycle? Now you're eating junk on camera again. Amberlynn says, nope, I will always film random videos because that's what I want my channel to be about. A few weeks ago, I took advantage of the fact that I was going to see a weight loss doctor and decided my life will change then. So I wanted to do something I always wanted to do. Just try snacks. Amberlynn, you've done that before. Duh. It's nothing new. Plantho says, random videos of you eating junk food? Talk about switching it up. Boo Boo, Amber, how would we know what you are currently doing? Your videos are so behind, and the one you just uploaded is of you eating junk food. This is why people are so frustrated. Illusional Lynn, I can't understand that. My videos will still show my journey no matter when they are uploaded. Boo Boo says, you can't understand why people would be frustrated with the lack of updates and eating junk on camera instead of your health problems. You can't understand why people are currently concerned about you. Amberlynn's groupie, ass picker, maybe? Regardless of how long the journey takes, you know what works for you. No, she doesn't. Otherwise, she'd be a skinny mini. Anyways, tried everything everybody suggested at me, diet and exercise wise. One day at a time. If you lose 1 pound a month, it's fucking progress. Fuck everybody's views. All that matters is yours. You are as delusional as our butthurt Lynn here, ass picker. Kelly replies to ass picker and butthurt Lynn. If she loses 1 pound a month, it will take her 33 years to get to her target weight of 170 pounds. Miriam replies, it's not safe to have this mindset, Amber. You have to speed up your weight loss progress. You have to, for your heart's sake. Yeah, literally. Warrior of Light says, but it's not working. Nothing is working. Time is not on her side. This gross stupidity of people is like watching a truck going out of control on a motorway and saying, it's okay, it will run out of petrol eventually. Just Because says, why do you want to maintain almost 600 pounds? You know how many young people just go to sleep with weight on and never wake up? Cut the calories for yourself. Offended Lynn says, I never said I wanted to maintain being 560 pounds, but okay. Just Because says, I understand. I'm not trying to be mean. I just know how hard it must be to get the weight off and keep it off. Give Me says, so you're still in the 560s? Are you still doing the 100-day thing or what? Kyla says, have you ever thought about getting a walker to help with your mobility? Offensive Lynn says, I don't need one, lol. Hate to break it to you, Amberlynn, but yes, you do need one. Calandra says, if you want to walk for more than 3 minutes, a walker would help. They are not only for those incapable of walking, but those with limited mobility. Kyla replies, don't you think it could be useful for taking walks and cooking in the kitchen? Although if our girl actually got a walker, it would make her more independent, but she wouldn't use it because she has her homies at home doing everything for her. I feel bad for Becky. Deanda says she doesn't need a walker. She's completely capable of walking on her own. Yes, she does need a walker. What she needs is endurance, and the added weight is not helping at all. Riverlight says, you don't need a walker? You cannot walk. Stop laughing, Amber. It's not funny. Christ, you make me want to cry. Genuinely. Her groupie says, you don't need one yet. You need a scooter when you go shopping. That is all that I have, thankfully. If you are new here, please subscribe, tap that notification bell so you are notified when I do a new upload. If you guys liked this video, please also slap that like button and comment below. Tell me how you guys are and what are your thoughts. All right, bye!